name's Mike P, aka Phony. Today's date is, oh wait, what did it say? March 17th, 2023. The time is a little before 3 p.m. Pacific time, daylight standard savings, super time. Joined here by my lovely chat. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see, it's St. Patrick's Day. We have our green. We have our green. We have our green. We've gotten to a little bit of discussion prior to this about what exactly green is. Apparently people in chat don't know. We got our green. That's for later though. I'm not lovely. Psh, psh. That's purple.
All
right,
baby. I finally caught you live.
Son of a bitch! No, I'm just kidding. Hey, good catching you live. Let me stream live and turn that shit off. Hey, thanks for joining me though. Chat, where you were on that? Come on, man. What if they're blind to green? Well, I don't know how it works. All right. Listen, we got some serious stuff to talk about. All right. Some of you guys already know, but we got to mention it. Okay. Let me first authorize and turn off alerts real quick. Hey, Fishy Tricks, thanks for joining me for the show today live. And everybody else is here live, and you're only here live for news. I appreciate you guys sticking out for this, because I love doing it. So let me go and pause this. And our first batch of news is just rough. It's rough. We've already talked about it once before the show. Got a little bit of out of our systems here, but Lance Reddick, he's a face you know, he's a voice you know, he's just, popular in many different fields and industries, had passed away today. The family says it's due to natural causes. I mean, this is like hugely depressing, especially like anybody who's ever played Destiny, anybody who's ever binged Fringe or watched The Wire or whatever show he's on that you watched. He's always delivered like 100% in those roles. Like watching Fringe, like he was the most serious. It was a serious role, and the brief moments, like 3 times a season, when he would crack a joke, it was the most hilarious shit because he owned the seriousness of the role, and his comedic delivery was also really good. So the few moments that he had where he could kind of be funny, throw a little jab or say a little snarky comment, whatever, was just so good. So, and then of course, Commander Zavala in Destiny. I mean, yeah, the dude is an icon. And 60 years old. We just found out like a couple hours ago. Still can't believe it. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's like it just takes the winds out of your sail for the day. But just to show you guys what people are doing, I have a here we go, a photo here from was playing Destiny when the news of Lance Reddick's death came out. A bunch of players went to the tower to immediately kneel down for Zavala to pay respects. I have 2 of these pictures. I'm sure there's all over the place. I'm sure everybody's doing this. God damn. I want to say something similar happened in like World of Warcraft 2. And anytime this happens in like a large like MMO or whatever, there's always like this community aspect where everybody kind of gathers around to celebrate that person and their representation in the game. And so yeah, it sucks. It fucking sucks. And I especially feel for like you guys who are playing Destiny right now, like he's one of the original big 3 voices that has stuck it out through the entirety of the Destiny franchise, right? I feel like he's like the only one that's left from the original cast. So he's become the voice of Destiny, the face of Destiny. Eyes up, Guardian, like people just know. Yeah, we just know that voice. We hear it. So, yeah. Yeah, he was in Silence and Horizon games too. Yeah, like I said, he's been in a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's painful. Just like, and like they said, it was natural causes. He didn't attend the John Wick premiere, I guess a couple days ago, whatever, because he wanted to spend some time with his family. He had just posted a video to his Twitter account just a few days ago too, like on the 15th. Just random shit, just sudden, just like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, he's got a legacy. that, I mean, everybody talks positively about him. I've never heard anybody say anything like behind closed doors, he's kind of an asshole or whatever. Like, I have never seen any evidence of that. So yeah, it's sad. But so celebrate his life in the games or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're playing, or whatever it is that wherever it is you consume Lance Reddick content, or maybe go watch Fringe if you haven't. He's excellent in that. I know it's funny because I'm seeing on Twitter, it's like, oh man, everyone's talking about all these other things, but they're not mentioning Fringe. And for me, like, Fringe is one of the most popular things that he's been in, right? For me, anyways, right? And so it's like, if you guys haven't seen Fringe, that's a good show. That's a good sci-fi X-Files like show or whatever, right? With him in it. The Wire, one of the best series. Yeah, I haven't seen The Wire, but I mean, I'm sure. So, Fringe was awesome. Yep. So, moving on. Jesus. Moving on. Fuck. No transitions. No. Speaking of. Well, let's go right into the next one, which is Emmett Shear. Emmett Shear, the everybody knew, at least we here knew, a long time ago that, like well over a year ago, that he was definitely not in charge of shit. Matter of fact,
when we're applying the community guidelines, we very specifically take context and intent into account.
Whenever you first heard that from the soundboard, which is probably like 2 years ago now, that's roughly around the time we predicted that he was no longer in charge of shit. Because everything that followed that particular interview or whatever from TwitchCon 2021 or whatever it was, everything that followed that was a disaster. The Justin OG, about time. Yeah, basically they just, I didn't even read, honestly, I didn't even read all this. I'm sure he's had, I know that he's made a mark on the industry and all that. I'm not trying to play down his contributions to the industry or anything. I just knew that he wasn't in charge a long time ago. So I appreciate that he's going to be moving on and doing whatever he's going to do. He's rich, not have to worry about anything. So he's going to go take care of himself and his family and all that. Good for him. He was the CEO of Twitch. Yes, I didn't mention that. Sorry, he was the CEO of Twitch. His name is just synonymous with Twitch for me, so I apologize. Yeah, he was CEO of Twitch, original co-founder, like definitely like OG, the last OG, one of the last OGs, I'm sure. And so he is being replaced by Dan Clancy, and this is this was like another point where we were like, wait a minute, this guy's the one that's in charge, not Emmett Shear. Because at the same time, so I don't know if you guys remember this letter. This letter is President Dan Clancy of Subscription Revenue Shares. It was a very misguided letter to the community. I can't remember exactly what we had problems with, but it was just written in such a way that it was like, oh, that's right. For approximately 90% of his streamers, the standard agreements, supreme subscription terms. He was trying to argue that we're going to change the rev split and you guys are going to deal with it because you guys will be fine or whatever. Very out of touch statement. So it was like, fuck. Around this same exact time, what is this? September 21st. Let me see if this is right. Emperor. I know I called him an emperor. It's emperor. Yeah, here we go. The absent emperor. Let me see. Oops. This tweet. When was this tweet out? Yeah. So all of this craziness is going on with this with Twitch and the subscription prices and the split and all that stuff. Emmett Shear was tweeting about, so weird to me that Twitter doesn't save our drafts. There's no drafts at all for the website I can find. Does anybody know why? If that wasn't a clear sign that he was not in charge of shit at Twitch, then I don't know what was. So so going back up to the top of my notes here, let me grab this is the Jakenbake take here. This is around that same time. Jakenbake, popular IRL streamer.
I'm gonna be honest, dude, the president of Twitch, I'm sure personally, I have no problem personally with him. But honestly, I don't feel confident as a streamer on the platform with someone who is that out of touch.
Yeah.
What the streamers need and want.
Oh no!
I walked away feeling like depressed. Seriously, sad.
Yeah.
About time Mike B finally got some attention. He's been playing like a blindfolded baboon flinging mud at a wall. Let's see if he can step it up a bit and give us something entertaining to watch, eh?
All right. By the way, YouTube, we have Darnell running every like 10 minutes or so. He's going to chime in with something. We're just going to see what he says. He's reading. Darnell will read chat and he'll choose something at random and kind of apply it to whatever. He knows that users in chat are watching me, so he's going to talk shit about me, and it may not apply It never applies, but you know. So anyways, at the same time, this is in a comment below that same video, the Jakenbake video. He says, Dan once told me the company he relates, Dan once told the company he relates with creators because he was involved in drama and theater clubs in high school. He's a good human, but I never felt like he was able to relate to creators and the struggles they face through every step of their career. I will say Dan has been a champion for transparency, which is refreshing, but if you can't relate to creators, transparency will only get you so far. So... time to move. Kick.com. Yeah. I had some Kick.com news, but it was like so much speculation. Like Kick.com has so much, it's so public facing, but it's also so secretive in like the way that the internals function. They're talking about maybe getting or bringing in like XQC if Twitch doesn't Asmongold if Twitch doesn't lock him down to a contract. They're like, maybe we'll get them onto a good contract and bring them over to Kick.com. And there's just all of these things. It's like, okay, well, we don't really know how they're funded. We just assume it's gambling, of course, but it's like, what does the runway look like? I mean, if they're supported by gambling, then hypothetically, because gambling makes so much money, they could pretty much last forever. And there's random people chiming in about the tech stack that they use and all that stuff, and it's just like, okay, a lot of stuff that doesn't have any like ties to any proof or anything anywhere. So it's really hard to cover anything other than, oh shit, someone got a blowjob on Kick.com. That's it. You want old news? Shut up, Rar. Kick.com, the place for free Braz's video. There you go. Yeah. So let the lawyers sort it out. So speaking of wheat, actually, this is actually a little bit more recent, very recent, just the other day. The topic of discussion lately has been on a lot of it on like TikTok. TikTok is very close to being just basically banned in the States. It's already been banned in like India and probably other countries as well. So it's not like it's a stretch to ban it on a countrywide. So people are asking questions about other platforms, trying to figure out like where can we get and learn from some of the things that TikTok has done that has been beneficial, like its discovery, and apply that to services that we already know. UK is working on banning it right now as well. Yeah. I mean, so I actually had a story set aside for this. Let me see if I find a link, and we'll talk about that before we jump over to this. So this is the most recent on, there it is. On the TikTok thing. So the Biden administration demands that TikTok be sold or risk a nationwide ban. So I listened to a little bit to like kind of I looked a little bit into the how they want to structure this like separation or ban. And essentially what they want ByteDance to do is to create a kind of like a firewall. Don't allow things to connect to China. It's called Project Texas, I think. And they want to have our people represent our like government people or inspectors or regulators or whatever to be able to inspect, basically make sure they're not sending data to China. So that's kind of where we're at right now with this. It's a pretty bold move, right? I mean, Orange Man did that shit like 3-4 years ago, and now, you know, Biden's bringing it up again. So, you know, it's something that's going to happen eventually. Like I said this before, I'll say it again. It's a bipartisan issue, you know, like it's spying. They already caught TikTok like copy paste or stealing the shit on your clipboard, right? Like it was already an issue before, you know. The Great Firewall, Texas. Yeah, I wonder what they found that kicked this off again. I think it's just been percolating. Like just maybe more data's come out. But as far as I know, it just seems like it's something that has been sitting on a desk somewhere in a queue, and it finally got to the front, and it's like, hey. But we'll see. It's a ballsy maneuver though, because a lot of people say that, you know, that the midterms were lost by the Republicans because Zoomers on TikTok or something. And so for Democrats to now be the ones in charge and now be proposing that they're going to be they could ban TikTok, puts them in a position now where it's like, okay, now you're going to make all the TikTokers mad. So Yeah, it's a spicy situation for sure. It's a spicy situation that gets just a little bit of a mention every once in a while, but each time it seems to be upping the ante a little bit. So they're trying the Project Texas thing. If TikTok and ByteDance doesn't want to play along and sell it to local, authority, not local business, sell it or whatever they're going to do, then they'll shut it down. Use these days. I know, exactly. So speaking of TikTok, so somebody asked a question to Wheat on Twitter, and it says, out of curiosity, do you believe TikTok style clips would work on Twitch? And Wheat says, no, period. Which I hate starting a sentence like that because, man, it's just like immediate shutdown. It puts everybody off on the wrong foot. That's not what people come to Twitch for. They come to watch longer form content. Second, the amount of clips generated per minute is insane. Most of the clips generated are bad, only get a few views. A tiny percentage are viewed because of their shareability. People do clearly seek out clip highlights, though. That's why LSF exists. So in part, it is what people would come to Twitch for if Twitch had any function for it. And he says, this isn't the field of dreams. It's not if you build it, they will come scenario. LSF is a community curated for a specific type of content. You can't do that level of curation with the billions of clips to people with widely different preferences. It solves for nothing. It says, you're right, Twitch's audience is too big to have one feed to everyone. That's what an algorithm is for. And he says, someone who pulled regular reports of weekly top clips for Twitch, I can confidently tell you that Twitch did not want to be representative of their brand. Top clips is definitely not something that they want to be associated with their brand. So this was, says also why it doesn't exist. Dixie is 100 times worse. Yeah. So like this was an interesting. I don't agree with Wheat's stance on this. Well, I don't agree with Twitch's stance on this, I should say. I feel like discoverability of clips is what leads to people watching the live content. As it stands, like all Twitch is just live content machine, right? It just churns out live content. If you're not there for it, it's gone unless somebody clipped it. And even the clips end up getting lost unless you're on a site that specifically curates clips related to the content that you want to see. But that site should be Twitch. Like, I don't care if there's a bazillion clips created per minute, like there's AI, there's algorithms, there's fucking math, there's ways you can put tags on accounts that make good clips, or accounts that are streamer accounts that usually provide good content. So their clips would get, heavier weight or something. There's ways it could be done. And thinking about, potential of TikTok being gone and people looking for other ways to find content similar to that, not as similar to the content that's on Twitch, but being able to have the discoverability experience, on TikTok, but being able to have the discoverability experience of going somewhere and then watching a few clips, and then the system is able to say, oh, you might like these streamers, let me serve them some clips from these streamers. Like, that to me sounds awesome. Like, that sounds great. As it stands right now, it's complete shit. Like, you go to search for something on Twitch, and if it's not live and it's not tagged in a clip name or something, then even then, it's like, it's just trash. Top clips risking their ad sponsors, dealing to advertisers. Should we let people stream non-gaming content now that we switched from Justin TV? No, people come here to watch games. No one wants to watch someone sitting around talking. Sure, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I strongly disagree to this stance. I feel like Twitch could benefit from a way to surface clips, a way to surface good content. Hey, I turned that off. I don't know why I did. Okay. Oh, I didn't turn off the voice part. Fine. Hey, Bailey, thank you so much. A certain number of YouTube shorts are already Twitch clips. They are going to lose. I know. I mean, most of the stuff that you put on other platforms when you're a Twitch streamer are your fucking clips. So, like, why the fuck wouldn't you not? What the hell? So, yeah, it does seem like, what do the comments say? Let me see. Who's this? Hunter? Yeah, let me see. When he said that most clips are bad, he's not wrong. Granted, I'm assuming.
I bet Mike B finally found his missing sock, and that gave him the confidence to start streaming again, or maybe he finally figured out how to use his mouse properly. Who knows? Nesty Paw.
When he said that most clips are bad, he's not wrong. Granted, I'm assuming here, but most clips are actually just mid-clicks or weird moments because the clip button caught the wrong part. An algorithm would not help sort through all that noise. I mean, it would if there were fucking views on it. What the hell? What? Go and get out of here. They have to curate it somehow. Yeah, man. If it gets a whole lot of views, if it's linked on other websites, and it probably has some kind of notoriety. Would certainly help with discoverability on the platform if they had something like TikTok, but for Twitch, yeah. I mean, like you guys said, I mean, everybody knows when you go to like TikTok or if you watch enough reels that are shorts, YouTube shorts that are in your, sphere, your games industry stuff, then you're gonna get served a bunch of things that are basically Twitch clips. Horrible take. People go to YouTube for long and short form. The shorts pull people for the long form. Any number of subreddits already acts as clip feeds for top clips in various communities. YouTube answers TikTok. Twitch saying, that's not what Twitch is for. Insane. Anyways, it is. It really rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, As somebody who's been a product manager for a decent sized company, I'm going to tell you right now, that's the wrong answer. It only has some sort of engagement metric clips like a like button so that good non-missed clicks can get raised up. Ah, man, I know. If only. Or like, oh, you know what? Or like they're fucking like their how do you feel section or whatever.
Good day today. Irish day, meat day, and 90 months day. Sheesh.
Hey, 90 months, Inferno, thank you so much. I just wish they'd take shorts out of my subscriptions feed because there's already a shorts tab. But then you would never see them. I'm working on a Blizz Blue short right now, and it is a pain in the dick. The pain in the super dick. Like I'm putting all the captions in, and I could not believe how fast Darnell talks. Like so many words per second. So many. I had no idea. I thought in my head I was like, oh yeah, he's slow. Yeah, slow. But no, man, it's a lot. There are creators out there that dislike clips because they don't have control of how clips can influence their own brand. You could turn off clips. Like that's an option to turn them off for sure. But yeah, there are a few Twitch streams I only watch through the clips because all I care about is how their chat trolls them. So we have ourselves. Let me see. I got this right order here. I don't know what order to put this in. Microsoft has been for quite a while now fighting with Sony and EU regulators on this Activision Blizzard acquisition deal they're trying to do. This is the one that was worth, was it like 69 billion? Nice, knock on wood, all that stuff. And so one of the issues that Sony brought up was that, oh, we can't let them do that because they have Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is like one of our biggest games, and they're not going to let us have the game anymore, and then we're going to lose out market share because Call of Duty is so big, right? So Microsoft is like, well, listen, we'll sign you a 10-year deal. And they were like, nah. So Microsoft, fine, fuck it. We'll just go literally everywhere else, and we'll get everyone else is going to get a 10-year. Everyone gets a 10-year. You get a 10-year deal. Anybody in chat wants a 10-year deal? You get a 10-year deal. Everyone's getting a 10-year deal. Microsoft announced its partnership with cloud gaming provider Boosteroid to bring more games to more players around the world. I have no idea who the fuck that is, but they got a 10-year deal. Let's see. Nintendo got a 10-year deal. Nvidia got a deal. Everyone is getting a deal. Let me see. Was there more? Let me see. What is this one? I forget. Microsoft. Oh yeah, Ubisoft. So Nintendo, GeForce Now, Ubisoft, Boosteroid, Cloud, Xbox Game Pass included in cloud gaming. Basically, everybody is getting a 10-year deal. This isn't even the stream service that I saw a deal about. Yeah, see? Everyone's getting one. Cloud, your Xbox, PC, Twitch, TV, toaster, fridge. That's right. Put it on my Apple Watch. Let's go. And also GeForce Now. That's right here. So everyone getting access to Call of Duty, but Sony, and then everyone else just lets look at Jim and go, "What the fuck you do?" Can't wait for Diablo 4 on a smart fridge. So they're doing everything that they can. They are only promises. Yes. That part I should be a little bit clear for. The deals are basically set up in a way that if the acquisition goes through, then the deals will kick in. Obviously, they cannot make deals that start now if they haven't made the acquisition. That's just going to be something that's going to be in the header. Like, did this happen? If not, then this, right? So yeah, I mean, it's all these will kick in the second this shit is this deal is done. When can we play Last of Us, Horizon, Pokemon, Final Fantasy, and Xbox? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Oh no, they're gonna have exclusives. It's like, bitch, what the fuck? What the hell? I just got Horizon on PC like last year. That game came out like 10 years ago. Give me a break. All right, I'm fudging the numbers a little bit. But yeah, Microsoft is basically just signing a deal with everybody. So look forward to more until they get the deal to go through. Last I saw, it looked like both FTC and EU were already were ready to approve the deal so soon. Yep, Sony's going to keep it up, and eventually MS will just buy them as well. No, I think that would be bad. It would be funny. Yeah, 69 billion exactly. But speaking of money, so this is just a brief look into this, but Riot Games looking to allow partner Valorant teams to engage in gambling and betting sponsors. So currently there's a bit of an esports slump, right? We've heard about so many long-standing organizations laying people off, shutting down, all that stuff, right? So they're in a money slump. So now they're looking at other ways to bring in revenue. Obviously, gambling and porn, like two things that will last longer than cockroaches. It's just one of those. It'll always be here. People will always set aside money for those two things, no matter how much money they have. And so they're tapping into it. We're in a recession. Capitalists making their money, but we're in a recession. Portal Powers. Hey, that's a good team name. Don't worry, the Olympics will show the future of esports. Oh, God. Let's take some more viewers' monies. So this is something they're toying around with. Their actual response here, explanation of why from Bohuglin. Bohuglin, just so you guys see who that is. Bohuglin is the executive admiral of Valorant Operations Advocate Manager of Directions. I just wanted to show you that. So it says, will be only temporary to help organizations. Do you think they will allow betting sponsors to accept their money and their cash flow and then later voluntarily ban the source of that money? I strongly doubt that. It says, yes, I think they will, as they've mentioned this previously as a temporary solution if financial problems were to arise. Riot has a strong anti-gambling agenda for their premium events, and I'm pretty sure those teams will not be allowed to be sponsored by gambling sites and casinos. This is temporary. Due to the current financial problems in esports, here it is. This was mentioned as a temporary money flow for especially the EMEA organizations, as betting sponsors are our primary sponsors in CS. Riot was still committed to minimizing gambling and will almost certainly ban gambling sponsors when esports organizations are back on track finally. We're just going to use them for a little bit. And gambling sponsors don't care. They're not looking for like longevity. You know, they know they got to get into they got to get in somewhere until they're not wanted anymore, and then they move on. So they're okay with that whole setup. Yeah, doubt. They'll leave when they're good and ready to leave. Once they get in and they start funneling money to people that matter and make these decisions, then that's kind of it. So it's going to be just like, yeah, somebody already said rigged. Yeah, Valamir, rigged. That's what I'm expecting to see now. They're going to hook people, such kids on gambling and take away the gambling so that people demand they bring back gambling. I know. We'll see exactly to what extent this ends up being implemented, and how it differs from, from sponsorship in other areas of Riot Games, organizations, esports, all that stuff. But as it stands right now, it sounds like something that's probably just not going to work out. We're going to temporarily let these guys vicious sponsorship into our midst, and we'll just scooch them out. The EU is going to love this. Ooh, yeah. I don't know how that's just going to play out. I'm sure we'll probably talk about it later. Draven, are you here? Draven. I know he's here a second ago, huh?
Yeah, I reckon you can bet on just about anything these days, including porn. But let's focus on the game here and not get sidetracked with sketchy stuff.
Yeah. Of all the things for him to pick up in the last fucking 7 minutes or whatever. All right. So, former leaders. Oh, this was an interesting story. I wasn't sure if I was going to pull this up, but so J. Allen Brack and Jen Oneal, who are two Activision Blizzard veterans. I'm sure you guys remember both of them. At the very least, you remember J. Allen Brack, right? He's the dude with the hair. All right, here he is. Pictures right here. So J. Allen Brack, they're launching a new video game studio called Magic Soup. And they say down here that Activision, that their team, we know the quality of our games will be a reflection of our team culture. We're doing the work up front to make sure we're fostering creativity, fully remote collaboration, and a diversity of backgrounds. Oneal wrote in a statement. You think you do? Yeah, you think you want it, but you don't, guy. There. Yeah, that's the one. Jen Oneal, Jen Oneal was the one that, she was, she's George W. Bush, Fran Townsend sends an internal email. Wait, hold on a second. No, this is different. This is former Homeland Security to George W. Bush. That's right. So, yeah, someone with political ties. J. Allen Brack, you think you do, but you don't. What's funny is, like, when I saw this, I was like, no one's going to want to play anything made by those two. But everything that we've seen come out about the history of Blizzard was related to the former management, the former management, not these guys. So, I mean, I don't want to be like devil's advocate, like when the person that you hate, you agree with the person that you hate or whatever that shit is. It makes it feel like, well, shit, we're all like, yeah, Chris Metz started a new thing. And yeah, they all started a new thing. Let's go and cheer them on for the new game. And then later we find out it's like, oh yeah, those guys were all dicks. They didn't tell you. Like, ooh. Player's gonna play. Yeah, maybe. Well, Magic Soup Games, they're hiring right now. Nobody cares who makes anything. Hogwarts is still one of the biggest games. Oh, well, we'll see. Isn't Mexa back at Blizz now? He's consulting at Blizzard now. He doesn't facilitate harassment, just bad games. He facilitates bad game decisions. There you go. Whoop, here we go. So, Fortnite hit with a $201 million fine. $200 million. This is not the first time that they've been hit with a fine. This one was for bad practices, things that they were doing, like if you had a charge on your account, your Epic account, and you were like, I didn't make that charge, then you would do a chargeback and they would block your account. And they said that's something that they can't do. So 2 hours of microtransactions then, price of doing business. Yeah, $200 million. They made $9 billion in the past couple years. So, it's fine. This is not the first, like we talked about, this is previously on. This was like last year or something. This was the FTC. They took the first part. It says Epic will pay $275 million penalty for violating children's privacy law, change default privacy settings, that pay $245 million in refunds for tricking users to make unwanted charges. This was the $500 million that we had discussed end of last year here. But this was the charge, the $245 million that has now been dropped to $201 million. I don't know why the difference is, but at the time this was just like, oh, they're gonna have to pay, and they just said $245 million, so it's supposed to be $500 million. So overall, they're still paying pretty close to $500 million in fines and everything. But like I said, they made like $9 billion in the past couple years or whatever the fuck. So yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. So it says, additionally, the Fortnite developer will no longer be able to lock players' accounts for disputing unauthorized charges with their credit card company. So if you have an account that has, and here was the problem, is that you would have an Epic account that would have tons of games on it, and then you would have one unauthorized charge, maybe because you remember when like our accounts were always being hacked. Like I feel like every other time I try to log into my Epic account, it's always like, you tried your account too many times. It's on hold because somebody was like trying to get like brute force into my account. Like I felt like that was happening all the time. And so it's like, if I saw a charge, I would dispute it, and then they would shut down my account, and I would have no access to any of my games. Now, I believe this practice of shutting down your entire account extends also to Steam, because I know that extends to like a lot of other industries. Once a chargeback comes in on an account, you shut down the account, period. Right? And so this is kind of a statement for other games or other game platforms, because if you do a chargeback on Steam because maybe the game sucks, they don't want to refund you or whatever, well, now we kind of look at this and be like, well, you kind of can't lock me out of my account because it could be a problem for you later on. So yeah, this is why I don't have an Epic account. Well, I mean, like I said, this could be something that carries over into other platforms, which would be beneficial to you guys, of course, right? This is the whole canceling an account whenever a chargeback comes in is totally to protect the platform. That's not to protect protect the user maybe, but definitely protect the platform, because the platform has to pay for that stuff, right? We take a hit on with your credit card processors. They'll be like, oh, this group gets too many, of this company or whatever gets too many chargebacks, and so they end up like, they kicking you out. You have to find another payment processor. Small amount of money for Epic, but $201 million go to other government projects. Oh yeah, by the way, that $201 million is going towards refunds. So they didn't say anything about it being used for anything else, lining any politicians' pockets or anything like that, which I'm sure some will make their way in there. But no, they said that it was going to go towards refunds. So chargeback fees get insane if you go over a certain percent. That's right. Yeah, I mean, some of you guys work in this industry where you're working with payment processors, so you know what I'm talking about. Like American Express. One reason why American Express is not carried everywhere, at least not for the company that I used to work for, was because with American Express, whenever there is a chargeback, even if we provide all the info proving that it was the card holder who used the card on our platform, even though we had all the proof lined up and we knew it was them, American Express would always 100% of the time err on the side of the customer. And so that's why it was like, we're just not going to use American Express. Stripe chargeback fees get insane. So Stripe processing for sure. It's basically gone in Canada. I figure they went under. Even Costco switched to MasterCard here. Yeah, exactly. It was just a very not business friendly approach. Locking you out of your physical game library. You can't violate those other licenses like that. So yeah. So it's a small L for Fortnite, but it's a big W for everybody else who plays video games. Lastly, this is a goofy one. A 4chan user in Minecraft. That's how the story starts. 4chan user in Minecraft arrested for threatening to shoot a Florida sheriff in Minecraft. Who is this? 4chan. Yeah, here's this guy right here. He looks like S-Fan. So it says 4chan has been arrested in his mother's house in New Jersey after making death threats against Florida Sheriff Mike Chitwood in Minecraft. It keeps saying, quote, in Minecraft. It says, it seems like making threats kill someone in attic in Minecraft at the end will no longer be a valid excuse thanks to arrest a 4chan message user. So here we go. I have some footage here from the takedown here. Here we go. Pull this up.
Yeah. Do you post as Magnolia fan on moviepoopshoot.com?
Yeah.
Did you write, fuck Jay and Silent Bob, fuck them and their stupid asses?
Yeah, a while ago. So?
How many people want to kick some ass?
There you go. So he was arrested. He was in his mom's house. He wasn't in the basement. He was upstairs. Meanwhile, a woman tries to report an IRL stalker. We need more evidence. Yo, that's a real story. She got I know what you're talking about. Fuck. So you're definitely a little bit of a side story here, but upstairs, just above ground basement. There was a podcaster, and she had gone to the cops because she felt like there was like an imminent threat on her life by somebody who wanted to protect her or some shit. And I guess there was like, they got a restraining order or whatever, but they didn't really do shit about it. And the dude killed her. Like 2 2 weeks later, you know, she was like, I feel like there's an imminent threat to my family. Cops like, should have gone on Minecraft, done something about it. He was upstairs in bed that smelled like a gym locker, apparently. Yeah, I do have the actual arrest here. Timeline, or timestamped.
Turn off, please.
Yeah, sounds like Mike B's bedroom is about as appealing as a pile of horse manure on a hot day. Someone should tell him to open a window or two, maybe invest in some cleaning supplies. You hear me?
He needs more context.
All right, just so you know, aware, there's a warrant out of Volusia County, Florida, for the incident that you're aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I was. I think I saw you there.
What you talked about, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna go back to headquarters. We'll do everything. And we also have a search warrant to search the resident for electronic devices.
Okay.
What's upstairs? Your computer?
So basically, they turn around, they serve the mom. I felt so bad for the mom. Like, she lets them in, and she's just like, and it is such a 4chan story. It's such a 4chan, sweet old lady, right? Going upstairs.
They're here. I don't know who they are.
Stop running.
I don't know who they are. Sweetie, come down. Motherfucker comes down, gets arrested. It's just some 4chan shit right there, dude. I feel so bad for the lady. She's old. You understand? You threatened me in Minecraft. I know. They have to establish intent on this stuff, so this guy will get off in like a week. Oh yeah. This is Florida. This is a Florida thing. You know, they're just like trying to flex a little bit. They're gonna they're putting the video out for everyone to see. You know, warrant, please. He does show the warrant to the. Well, first off, when he goes to the house, he asks the police officer asks, can you let us in? But they were not under any. They didn't feel like they were under any threat. They just kind of nonchalantly walked in. You know, the mother or the grandmother let him in, but still. They're just so you know too. There are actually copies of stuff that he said online. It's not like he was just talking shit in Minecraft. Here we go. He says just shoot Chitwood in the head and he stops being a problem. He says they have to find a new guy to be the new problem, but shooting Chitwood in the head solves an immediate problem permanently. Just shoot Chitwood in the head and murder him in Minecraft. So you see, it's not quite. Is there who? Florida? And this is them talking about it, I think. It's what sheriff declared he would crush anti-Semitic demonstrators who's handed out flyers during and around the Daytona 500 race in Daytona Beach, Florida. How do they know where to find the 4chan user? Is 4chan working with the police? I don't know how, but they did. So, yeah. I don't know how. That punctuation. Yep. So it's not like I'm not like the guy who's like in Minecraft and whatever, but still in Minecraft. Love it. The police try the FBI, CIA organizations don't even know about. Yeah, it's true. Probably was not the local police. They did say what he said. It was a warrant out of Volusia County in Florida. Where was the actual arrest made? Let me see. I'm curious. Not that it really, well, it does kind of matter. Let's see, there's a media report, South Center, Florida Exchange, Richard Golden. See, I guess he also lives in Florida. Oh, New Jersey. Okay, so yeah, definitely a higher power gave him that information. So, woo. Okay, well, not even 4chan is safe. That's it for the news. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Did I hit record? Am I recording the news? Yeah, I am. Cool. All right. Hey, everyone gets to see the news today. We hit record. Chat. But I'm anonymous. I know, exactly. You're anonymous until you make a veiled threat. Did you cover Twitch CEO stepping down for news? What? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I did. All right. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. We're going to go and sign off and come back, hang out. I'm going to take care of that green. I was late. No, it's cool. I understand. It's fine. Okay. Boop. Bye-bye, YouTube. Boop.